Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my live. I'm just going to go with the flow. This is a live Facebook live stream on this day, 7th of August. And this will also be rolled out to YouTube. So, hello, everybody. I thought I'd come live to speak a little bit about some of the updates that are taking place. First and foremost with Lionsgate. The Stargates are in motion at this time, preparing for a further Stargate, Lionsgate portal to be opened up on 8/8. So what we have is 8/8/12. We're in the year of 2019, a year of 12. I want to say hello, all you lovely people that are joining me at this time. So 8/8/12. So what do we have? It's code 28. Code 28. Lionsgate. We are going back to the beginning. 28 is the code of Egypt, Israel, and Yahweh. And also 28 is the Mayan code of the 28-day cycle. So we are also looking at the Mayan shift as well. The Mayan shift, we are embracing a Mayan shift coming this solstice 21/12/2019, which is 12. We have 12/12/12 portal gateway happening in December. So we are going to be preparing for this major event. We also got the solstice, the winter solstice, where we are embarking on the final shift, completion of the 7-year cycle of tribulation, where it commenced in 2012, and we are now completing this 7-year cycle. So basically we have a lot happening. A lot is happening. And Lionsgate, we are embracing a lot of balancing, a lot of final shifting, releasing and transcending. So if you have been feeling a lot of releasing over the recent days and weeks, this is all perfectly normal. It's all perfectly normal because we are shifting and preparing ourselves for the next steps. So this Lionsgate is indeed an opportunity for us to embrace the balancing energy, as the number 8 is the power number, it's the infinity number, and you go like this in lots of different movements. So it's as above, so below, as within, so without, as with the universe, so with the soul. We are embracing our divinity. So utilize this Lionsgate energy to embrace our divinity, to bring ourselves into wholeness, into oneness. 28 equals 10/1. So we are embracing wholeness, we're embracing oneness, we are entering into 0 points. So 1 and 0 in cosmic numerology, angel numbers, means oneness, means 0 points. So 10/1. So 2/8, again you're looking at 2 is harmony, balance, 8 balance, again oneness and 0 point. So looking at those from number frequencies, this is what this is about, as well as encodements from the Egyptian and Mayan traditions. The Lionsgate also signifies the returning point of where we are returning point back to the age of Leo. It was the age of Leo where the celestial sphinx anchored back down onto the earth in the golden age of Egypt. This was shortly after the fall of Atlantis. So this current Aryan root race began back in the golden age of Leo, 10,948 BC approximately. So I'm just going by just going on the top of my head, on the 21st of June at summer solstice. So basically, this is what this is about. It's about taking ourselves back into the great remembering, coming back to 0 point, to the point that we're returning, but also embracing everything. It is about connection. It is about unification. It's about the knowing thyself, and embracing our qualities, our abilities, embracing who we are. So there's a lot going on with the Lion's Gate. So we have 8-8 portal, so that's 28. 28 equals 10 stroke 1. So that is the number frequencies for tomorrow, and everything is about bringing ourselves back to the center. It's about bringing ourselves back to the center. Now this is also indeed what 2112 is about, as we are entering the next stage, the Aquarian age. The Aquarian age. This is the main transmission of the 7-year cycle, from Piscean age into Aquarian age. We're also embracing the 2112, or if you're following the American tradition, it will be 1221. Again, if you look at those numbers, so much meaning has come forth with regards to these numbers. It is about the integration of polarity and bringing yourself back to center point. Now, as we're integrating the whole, and it's about integrating polarity, not the eradication of polarity, it's about integration, and there is a major difference. So what we are here to do is to master integration. So integration could be the balance of masculine and feminine within ourselves and externally with our twin flame counterparts, and it could also be the balance of light and dark, and everybody has to balance this, and that includes embracing our shadow selves and stuff like this, embracing and balancing the healing, balancing the 5 elements that we hold within ourselves, spirit, earth, fire, air and water. So a lot of this is about balance and healing, but also embracing our divinity. So it's all about understanding the opposites. So 1221 or 2112 is all about the embracing. Also, my codes, this is interesting because my codes and that of Heru and Heru on the earth is 42-6 and 24-6. I'm 42-6, he's 24-6. This is this is quite interesting because I do know who he is on the earth. I'm 5'6", he's 6'5". He's on the opposite side of the world to me, and we've both had our right kidneys removed. So we land up mirroring each other. It's crazy. So we have one set of kidneys between us. A lot of synchronicities coming. I'm just sharing some of my experiences I'm also aware that I carry the spear of destiny in this lifetime. I have been diagnosed with a left bundle branch block, irregular electricity on the left hand side of my heart muscle. This was diagnosed after my awakening. In actual fact, 3 years after my awakening. Interesting, 3 years after my awakening, it was diagnosed. I'd not had any heart problems before that. So I carry the spear of destiny, and this is something I'm fully aware of. It doesn't cause me a problem, it's just I've been diagnosed. So I do carry that, and then we often have an awful lot of synchronicities happen to us. We all walk certain paths and we're carrying certain frequencies. Certain things are happening to us as we are awakening, we're evolving, we're growing. I know I carry a lot of golden energy around me, so sometimes if I'm working spiritually, I work with Mahatma, a lot of people see an awful lot of golden energy around me. So that also happens, and I could be mentoring or offering ascension paths or doing healing, and all of a sudden my whole energy field is lit up and stuff like that. So there's a lot happened to each and every one of us in different degrees, different capacities, so we are embracing who we are. It's very important when we go back to center. It always starts from the heart chakra. It starts from the heart, because everything that we do on this ascension path and our journey into higher consciousness, into higher awareness, starts from the heart chakra. So 2112, integration of polarity, is about understanding and integrating all, embracing all, understanding that in order for us to be light workers, we have to master both light and dark. We have to master both the yin and yang and integrate it. So if you look at the yin and yang symbol, and I've got one here, I wonder if I can nab it. Okay, so I've got the yin and yang symbol. This is what we have to do. We have to balance the yin and yang, so everything becomes into one wholeness. So this is what we're mastering. Now, another example of the polarity integration is understanding and integrating the energy of the earth with that of the cosmos, and understanding how we can attune ourselves to the cosmic energy, how it all really works. So one example, and this is probably the master example, is understanding the zodiac, understanding the cycle of time, and this is something that I've been shown by Heru, is the cosmic wheel, the cosmic flow, the zodiac at the cosmic movement rotates anti-clockwise, so it goes backwards. So the ages, the cosmic ages, flow backwards. We're going backwards. So we are going from Pisces to Aquarius. So Pisces to Aquarius, well, on the Earth cycle of the zodiac, we'll be going from Aquarius to Pisces. So the Earth, we're moving forward, always moving clockwise. The wheel of time moves forward on the Earth, whereas the cosmic goes backwards. It's reverse. So therefore, we have a polarity between the Earth zodiac time wheel to that of the cosmic time wheel. So because it's going backwards and we're going forwards, it enables us to tap in, when we are tapping in at will into the cosmic vibration, we can tap into different different timelines, parallel lives, realities, going back into the Akashic records of our soul journey, because the whole library is contained within the cosmos. This is where the halls of Amenti is situated in this cosmic field, because where that goes backwards, we're going forwards. So basically, as we're able to tap in, we can actually access different realities, different energies, experiences, lifetimes, parallel realities, people having visions, dreams, you name it, experiences, because our energy is able to tap in to the waves going in within the cosmic sphere. This is about polarity integration. So in a way, if you can understand where I'm coming from, we're able to access a lot more. The more that we're integrating, the more that we're accessing. And it's not the eradication of duality or anything. It's about the integration and bringing everything back into the oneness. So it is, again, understanding the whole cosmic wheel, as well as the earth. So how another way of we can integrate it, it's about the integration of spirit and matter, and that is another way of putting it. So say spirit is working at cosmic level, going that way, and we're going this way. So basically, when we're connecting spirit and matter, or integrating spirit and matter, we become more aware of the energies that are around us. So again, the integration of spirit and matter is about connecting and opening up the veils to the other dimensions. And as we're opening up more veils within the dimensions, we become more aware of other realities. So again, we're accessing the cosmic wheel. So I also want to move on now, because 2112 is going to be a big shift. We're also going to be embracing 2020, and at 2020 there's going to be an awful lot of shifts around the Saturn energy. Saturn is going to be making an awful lot of triggers and transitions next year. Saturn is like the lord of karma. So basically, we're going into 22 and 44. Again, it's 24224224224. And this is why this is what Horus is showing me, because I have these codes. I'm working with the spirit of Horus, and that's why I know there's a lot of stuff around it surrounding my mission, Horus's mission, collective mission, stuff like that. So again, people who are on 33.6, 33.6, 369, 30/3, there are quite an awful lot of codes coming in surrounding these codes, because these are prime codes for people who are working. Like 369 is very much about the wheel of time and the zodiac, the universal energy, the keys to the universe. 33/6 is very much about anchoring the Christ energy to the earth. 30/3 is very much about the change of age and stuff like that. And again, it also ties in with where you were born, what date you were born, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is happening. For me, I'm 28 7 69. So a lot of number frequencies come in with your Akashic record, with your plans, what you've come in to do, and stuff like that. And this is what I do with Ascension Path readings. I decipher and dig right deep into your Akash, including the cosmic numbers, what you are here to do in this now. So Saturn is going to be making impact next year. Saturn is a law of karma. It's all about the law of cause and effect. We need to, as much as we're releasing now, we have to be the masters of the universal flow of energy. So what does that mean? How are we equipped to understand the universal laws, the 13 sacred keys of the universe, and understanding law, the cause of, is the law of cause and effect. So basically, are we manifesting the law of abundance? Are we manifesting the law of attraction? What are we doing to integrate that into our lives? Are we understanding what this is about? Are we accessing this energy? And again, Saturn is making such major impact. We've got certain shifts that I'm aware of. There's a major transition of Saturn in January. But we're also, again, I'm being shown a major alignment between Saturn and Jupiter at winter solstice 2020. And with this major alignment, it's going to be another major shift. So you have two major planets making that alignment, and it's kind of a two-tier alignment, because Jupiter in itself, you're looking at Jupiter. So if we take these planets back into ancient Egypt, certainly with the ancient Egyptian mythology, you have Jupiter, Pita as in Pita in Egypt, and Saturn, which is Osiris. So basically what you have, it's about resurrecting very much the father energy, because if you look at Osiris is a father figure. Jupiter, Pita in ancient language is the father figure. So it is about the alignment and the rising up of that father energy. We also got the 4-4 and the 2-2, and it is it's very much about the pillars, the four pillars, which I've spoken to you about in a more recent video, where I actually saw 4 pillars, and these 4 pillars all got 3, 3, 3, and that gives me 12, and so forth. Again, it's very much about the mastery. I've also been shown by Horus, I've been given a message both at personal level but also at collective level, and it's called the Project of Grand Unification. The Project of Grand Unification, it is about the coming together, and it's about the coming together of light workers, twin flames, making sure that everything is coming together as it should be, as the divine plan is intended. Divine unification is also about the balance of north and south, east and west, bringing that all into unification, bringing everything back into center, into the center point, to 0 point, bringing everything back. So the project of grand unification means that we as light workers must be promoting unity consciousness. How do we promote unity consciousness? It is about through the elevation of consciousness, understanding that we must embrace unity. Any facet that promotes a separation, separation consciousness, separation of nations, separation of north, south, east, west, all this separation consciousness has to be eradicated, because we are, as light workers, going into the higher frequency, higher vibration. We have to embrace unity, and that is about sowing seeds of this unity consciousness to the hearts of the people, to the hearts of the governments, because once that starts happening, once we radiate this energy, this light out, we're able to come back into the center. We are looking at a major shift coming at the end of this year, so I'm preparing you all about project of grand unification, and the major shifts are unfolding, because it's about preparing the team, preparing the collective, preparing all that are on mission at this time. We have to prepare ourselves for the forthcoming events, the forthcoming shifts, the waves, the energy that's coming through. So what we're looking at is we are looking at the return of the Hyperborean timeline, energy, shifts, bringing everything back. So what does this Hyperborea symbolize to us? Again, we are bringing ourselves back into an elevation of consciousness, because Hyperborea was very etherical in nature. This root race was very etherical. It is a higher point of consciousness. It's a higher level. For souls that walked the earth in etherical form, or as they call it, etherical, back in the age of and the root race of Hyperborea, they would have consciousness that everything was unified. It's about understanding things as it is in the higher realms. That there, again, as we're saying, we're understanding and integrating universal law. But as we understand and integrate universal law, we also understand that this universal law is there to guide us, to help us manifest and transcend above that. So when we transcend above the universal law, because we're entering into a divine prosperity, we are then able to understand that, well, yes, in the higher light, we don't, the universal laws are there to help us to evolve, to grow, to manifest. But as we're going into a higher frequency, we understand that the polarity, as we're integrating it more, we're able to embrace our all. We're able to access at will whatever we need to access. We're able to go beyond. We're able to connect with spirit. We're able to connect with our galactic homes and our galactic brothers and sisters, our angelic beings, our guides and angels who are guiding us. But as we are raising our frequency a lot higher, we become aware that the things that are on the earth in matter material world it's not about the matter material world. We can see beyond that. We can see above that. So when people are looking about gender issues and stuff like that, well, when we go back into the higher sphere, This is where we become, as Horace came through and spoke about the androgynous, or is it the androgynous consciousness, androgynous. So it's the andro masculine, gy feminine, nus consciousness. So it's bringing back the balance of everything into oneness. So that's another aspect of bringing the north masculine, south feminine back into that oneness, because the south is a void, whereas the north is the south is the black sun, the void, the cosmic womb, whereas the you got the golden sun, as in the sun, as in Horus, Yeshua, you know, the golden sun, which is a divine masculine. So we're giving you a metaphor here of what you call the golden sun, the Ra sun, and then you got the feminine here. The feminine is hidden. She's been suppressed all these eons, going back into the ancient, you know, towards the fall of the Egypt. So when the Romans and the Greeks came in and they started suppressing the feminine, so she became very hidden. She became very suppressed. But what's now happening as we're integrating both the north and south? She's rising up, then the masculine's coming back down here. So we're balancing masculine, feminine. So basically, you have the balance of scales. So there is another metaphor with the golden sun and the black sun. So that is now rising. Feminine is now rising. We're speaking our truth. We're coming back into equality. This is now being demonstrated in today's society. We are claiming back our rights as feminine. Us ladies are now, even in the workplace, have equal wages. The church is in now. The church, certainly the Church of England, and I know other churches are now honouring women priests. You know, I've got a lady friend of mine. She's a priest in the Church of England, and she's very, very knowledgeable. So, you know, we are rising ourselves up. We are not being suppressed. We're not tied to the kitchen with our apron strings anymore. We are out there. We are voicing. You know, we're speaking our truth, and this is what this is about. With the rise of the feminine, we are the phoenix rising. So there's another metaphor that's coming in, because, you know, the south is now rising up. So any walls that are separating north and south. Now, if you look at the wall that separates north and south in America, and without getting into the politics side, again, if you look at this metaphor, why would you be building a wall between north and south? And this is really purely, as the governments will explain to you, they will have a material matter, physical explanation, but they're not really going to explain the spiritual side, because putting a wall between north and south creates separation consciousness. I am looking at metaphors, and I'm not looking at physical. So when I'm giving stuff, receiving stuff from spirit saying, nah, this is not what we want it to be in the higher realms. Okay, you know, have a look at the metaphors behind it, because there's a lot of spiritual metaphors. Again, has there been, ask yourself, has there been a wall created on the Canada and America border? No, there hasn't. It has to be on the Mexico-Texan border. So I know that down south we have a lot of energetic happening at this time. I have been shown by Horus a certain Lemurian timeline where he came through in his form as Sebastian or Telos, and he gave, was it Fernandino or Fernandino? It's an isle or islands that's in the Pacific, just down off the southern coast of South America. And this particular island is volcanic in nature. He gave me this, and he said, this is the hub of the Lemurian energy that's activating. And I'm sitting here, oh my gosh, I've looked at this isle and it's volcanic. Now, often when we're shifting and stuff like that, we tend to have tremors, volcanic tremors. So basically, we've also got that down on the southern. We've also got the Mayan energy. I've been made aware just recently that because I've been born in Texas, and where I was born in Texas is in direct opposition to Yucatan, as Yucatan is on the opposite side of the Mexican border, Mexican Gulf. So I myself have planned my birth in Texas. So I was actually born on the opposite side of the Mexican Gulf. Right across the waters is Yucatan, and I know all about the Yucatan energy, the timeline and the pyramid building, and I know about the star plans and what happened back in 11,800 BC with Heru coming through with the star plans to do some construction work in alignment with the Orion Sirius stars, constellations, and also resurrecting some of the Mayan energies there. I'm also aware of Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is a sacral chakra of this earth. Lake Titicaca is the Kundalini pointer of this particular earth. So if you think about it, if you look at the Kundalini starts at Lake Titicaca and goes all the way up, this beautiful serpent line taking you all the way up into Tibet. The Tibet is up in the north. So if you look at Lake Titicaca and the Kundalini, and you're looking at certain epicenters of energy at the moment, it's all happening down South America. I was also aware of a few years ago certain energies, and definitely picked up by a couple of other channels, was that the divine director, they call it the divine director, was preparing the earth energy down in South America. It has to happen down in South America. Another metaphor, the South. The South is the cosmic womb. The cosmic womb, and this is a metaphor. So what happens in the cosmic womb? We are birthing something new. We are birthing something. We are birthing a beautiful energy that's going to come through. And this is about the preparation to the new golden age. So as light workers, we have to be made aware that we are working metaphorically. I'm fully aware of the metaphors. I am disclosing some of the cosmic secrets at this time. I'm fully aware. I'm being shown quite an awful lot, some of the cosmic stuff that's coming through. I know there's a lot more stuff that's going to be coming forth I can only tell you what Spirit want me to tell you at this time, but I am aware of a lot more. So when I'm saying to the collective, no, there can't be a brick wall there. It's not supposed to be a brick wall there. I know what I'm talking about because we are working metaphorically. Metaphorically, there's a lot more stuff that's hidden. Not the whole of humanity are aware of this. I know a lot of light workers are not aware of this, but somebody has to come along and explain things. So it's like the Bible and other ancient texts. When these teachers came to the earth, they spoke in metaphors. They spoke in metaphors, and not everybody understood what it really meant. How many people understand the parables today? Not many, because Yeshua himself spoke in metaphors, and this is what humanity has difficulty with, because a lot of humanity see things in black and white and not in full colour. They don't even see beyond the colour. I mean, can you imagine when we're all sitting there at the cinema watching Avatar with our dark glasses on, and everything becomes like a 3D experience, and everything's coming out at us, and we're surrounded by this beautiful nature. How many of you have watched Avatar? So this is what it's about. What we have to do is we have to go beyond our understanding, go beyond and the only way we can go beyond is taking ourselves inward, connecting with our heart space, and asking our higher selves, what does this mean? What does this mean? Take me beyond. Ask our guides to show us the beyond. Ask our guides and our angels, our higher selves, to take us beyond into the cosmic, and allow the cosmos to show us, because the library is not contained on the earth, it's contained within the cosmic field. So this is kind of interesting, because we got shown June next year, there's another shift in June, and that's a progression into the project of grand unification. This is something I've been shown. Another thing, I'll show you some of my stuff that I've been drawing. I doodle quite a lot, I channel quite a lot. There's so much coming through. This is what we get. A lot of my doodles here. So what I've got here, when I was connecting with Horus, the rings of Saturn bound Middle Earth into the matrix system. I was getting the heart and the black star, the black sun. The black sun is the subconscious mind. It's the hidden. But if you have a look at the subconscious and the hidden, we are looking, also associating the black sun as the womb, the cosmic womb, the divine feminine, the wisdom. So we are, there's a lot of metaphoric stuff. And again, 42 is the ascension, it's the code of the ascension, it's the code of the cosmic womb, the code of the 42 nebula, the Orion, the code of the black star, and the code of the heart. 42 times 21 times 2 is 42. Again, some synchronicities coming through. But Saturn, as I say, I'm picking up a lot of stuff coming through. So also, this is a couple of weeks ago, picking up an awful lot of stuff. Also, I was being shown Sanander's fleet is here. I was drawing quite a bit of stuff here, a lot of doodling, a lot of light language coming through. But Sanander's fleet is here. I was picking up stuff here, crop circles. Sanander's fleet consisting, it's a collaboration of the Syrian, Orion and Palladian forces. But I was picking up this particular sign and this particular sign here, these two signs, I uncovered that they became crop circles formed on my birthday, the 28th July 1969. I know the symbols here. If you have a look here, there are certain symbols, sacred symbols. This is about the macabric energy. This is very much about the macabric energy here. And it's about the activation. I was receiving, it's the double macabric, golden helic, it's to do with the DNA upgrades. So this is about the anchoring of the double macabric force. I was also getting a lot going into the feminine principle. A lot of stuff was being embraced into the feminine. Again, this one, if I turn it upside down, I'm getting very much, it's the crescent moon and the sun. I'm also getting these two. Sometimes I like to say it's the red and blue Kachina. The red and blue Kachina has a lot of meaning, but if we go into the ancient Egyptian philosophy, the Eye of Ra is a feminine principle. It's a feminine aspect. The feminine aspect of Ra. The Eye of Ra is the feminine. It's a feminine counterpart. The Eye of Ra is red, and it's the red Kachina, and the blue Kachina is the blue Eye of Horus. So that has come through, and it's about the balance and the rise of the red and blue Kachina. And again, in a metaphoric sense, it's about the balance of masculine and feminine, and it's about it's about the divine plan, the grand, as I say, the grand unification, the project of grand unification. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming through. Again, some of these metaphoric principles. Okay. Some of these this is an alignment. And this again, I'm going to explain this to you now. Isis and Nephthys this is about polarity integration. This is about the order. It's the order and chaos. So if you look at integrating both, this is the two aspects of the Divine Mother. Again, Mother Mary and Magdalene. Mother Mary was the very anchoring of the divine. She was she's the sacred womb of the Christ consciousness. Magdalene, on the other side, represents the earth. So again, she was a carrier. They say, was she the carrier of the seven? A lot of the church will say, oh, she was freed by Yeshua of seven demons. But this is not seven demons in a sense. Magdalene was the feminine on the earth. She represented the earth. She represented the descent to the earth. And the seven demons, as the church would quite rightly say, was not demonic in nature. It was the seven deadly sins, or the seven vices. So what Mary Magdalene represents is that in order for us as the feminine to expand, to grow, to evolve, to ascend, we must surrender these seven vices. In order for us to anchor fully the Christ consciousness, we must surrender these vices. So yes, when we take this descent to the earth, we, along the way, how we've been brought up by our education, our influences and so forth, we obviously, it's like we're eating the fruits. So basically, we take the earthly form. We are given free will to understand what's right and what's wrong. But what we must do is we must surrender the vices and enter our true qualities. So this is what Magdalene represents. This is what Nephthys represents. That's the chaos. When we take that descent to the earth, we enter into a state of chaos, because this is what the earth is about. We agree to come down to grasp our experiences, to grasp our challenges. But as we are doing that, we are entering a time of evolution, because the moment we realize, well, hey, you know, we've descended into chaos here, but we don't have to live our lives by chaos. We want to grab our qualities. We want to do that. The only way we can do that is not about looking around what's outside in this big wide world. It's about going within. It's about taking ourselves back to the heart space and surrendering. Surrender. How can we do that? We can only do that by going within and saying no, taking a look at ourselves and saying, well, no, we could be better than this. I want to embrace my qualities. How can I do this? Well, we could do this through meditation, through connection, you know, understanding, yes, each and every one of us is unique. We're all on different paths, different ways, you know, but that's good, because our uniqueness is very important in this ascension process, because we're grasping experiences, we're walking different paths, understanding different things. But as we're coming back into the fold, we can actually say, well, do you know what, I've experienced this in life, and I can be able to help somebody else out who's experienced this, you know, and this is what the beauty of it is about. Because we come in with our different tools and our different experiences, we're able to complement each other. So if one can't help because they haven't experienced it in consciousness and the other one has, well, isn't that beautiful? Because that's the demonstration that we're able to work in oneness. So basically, this is what the Piscean age, a little bit of the Piscean age, because I get in the two fish. So even this is about spirit and matter. So Mother Mary is the divine, she is the very essence of the divine spirit, whereas Mother Mary is very much the soul essence. The soul essence taking that descent, coming down. But both these beautiful feminine principles have a vital role. So And this is the sun energy. So basically, it's about embracing the all, and that's the Asarian. This is the Asarian energy. This is the Christ energy, and within that, okay, within the cross itself, you've got the crown of glory. But we also got here is the sword of truth, and this is what happens, when we're embracing higher light, because in Egypt we have Osiris. Osiris was killed and dismembered by his brother Set. Osiris resurrected through his son Heru. It's not Heru, because Heru is the whole. He is the Osiris. He is the Horus. This is who Heru is. He resurrected again through Horus, and Horus was able to conquer chaos, and through that it was the eradication of Set. He actually had to eradicate chaos in Egypt, so Egypt can become unified once more. So when my spirit guide comes through and he goes, I ask him, what vibration do you want me to address you as? Because when he comes through me and he's trancing and my face changes to different forms, he likes to be called Horus at this time, simply because it is the metaphoric sense. He is the resurrection and the ascension. So then again, this is the whole of the Christ energy back in the time of the Persian age. So again, Horus, Yeshua, is the same energy, the same light, the same spirit that comes through. And I'm delighted that I have been chosen. I say I've been chosen, but it's my path. It's my soul journey, because I am who I am, that I'm able to bring forth this beautiful energy, and to be able to teach and prepare humanity, to empower you all to take your next steps. And this is basically what it's about. Everybody is equal in the eye of the Creator, regardless of your sacred timelines, including my sacred timelines. We're all equal. We all have got something to do. This is why I'm here at this moment, to empower everyone to step forth, to radiate their light, their love, and to bring everyone back to the center point. This is what we have to do on 2112. Bring ourselves back to the center. This is what this Lion's Gate is about. Preparing ourselves to bring ourselves back into the heart space, because this is the starting point of greater blessings. So I'm going to leave that with you all. And I want to say thank you very much for watching. I love you all. Be empowered in what you do. Okay, and I want to say thank you as well for supporting me on my path. And we're all here to help each other, to embrace each other on our paths. So another thing I put out on my post today: aim to land on the moon and not get yourself dispersed into the stars. Okay, the moon is the center point. The moon is a metaphoric for the heart space. Land yourself there. Bring yourselves back into this point. I want to say blessings to you all. This Lion's Gates. Embrace the energy of autumn equinox, and as we're going into solstice. God bless you all. Love you all. Talk to you all soon. God bless.